Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Come on in to Fox and Friends on this Sunday morning. Get your votes in for your 50 Shades of Grey leading man. You know, he's the Sons of Anarchy guy.
Right.
And apparently people were not happy that that was the choice, so he kind of said, I'm going to back out of it.
So he's out. We got to put somebody else in.
Who do you
Yeah,
want?
Bradley Cooper, I've decided.
Bradley Cooper?
I think he's too old.
You think Bradley Cooper's too old?
I think Bradley may be in his mid-30s. This guy is supposed to be 27, 28.
I think Bradley's upper 40s now. Or he's in 40, isn't he?
Is he?
No way.
38? Oh, Janice looked it up.
Oh,
He's 88.
she was interested.
Hey, keep them
38.
coming, but first we got to get to this, because this is the big story out of D.C. this morning. The Million Vet March underway. At this hour, veterans, outraged by the way they're being treated by Washington during the government shutdown, are gathering across the country right now.
And our Peter Ducey is live at the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. And Peter, things are heating up behind you, huh?
Yeah, Anna, you look behind me, there are definitely a lot more people here than there were earlier in the morning, and they're still coming, definitely at least a few hundred. And something else that's different from the last time that, from my last live report last hour, all those metal barricades that were around the entire complex, around the entire memorial, are now gone. Some of the people here, the marchers, the protesters, showed up. They cut the metal ties that were keeping the barricades together. They lifted them over their heads two at a time and threw them down. It was a loud scene. They threw them all down in a big pile. They're now just lying in a heap on the corner outside of the memorial. We have talked to a lot of people here. It seems like folks have come from across the country for this event, and they're all telling us the same kind of thing, like this.
All vets have been fed up with what's going on. So I think at time we're standing up, right, Grant?
Absolutely.
To make a difference.
When you start talking about denying survivors benefits, when you start looking at all the things that have happened, we're retired, we can speak up. You know, there are those that are serving right now, they can't speak up.
And a little bit earlier, we also saw the man who became kind of famous this week for mowing the lawn outside the Lincoln Memorial. He was here leaf blowing the sidewalks. I asked him what he was doing. He said that he's been told he can't have a mower or a chainsaw, but nobody ever told him anything about a leaf blower. So he was trying to clean things up, and he said he's going to be here after everybody is gone, because since the government is shut down, there's not anybody else to come and clean up. So that's what the scene is here, but also the organizers, as I've mentioned earlier, want folks across the country to go to their local war memorials and monuments to have a scene like this recreated in as many places as possible today.
I'll tell you
Back
what.
to New York.
13 days, thank you, Peter. 13 days into this, that's the best video that describes the way we're all feeling, I think. Picking up the barricades and tossing them in a
Veterans
pile.
picking up the barricades and throwing them down. We're hearing from veterans this morning writing in, outraged about their benefits may be cut on the first of the month, or the veterans' benefits that come in might be able to pay their mortgage on their house, take care of other loved ones in their family. These are veterans who serve this country, and checks may stop if the government continues to be shut down by the first of this month.
Even if they get them later, how does that help them in the here and now?
Right.
We spoke earlier this morning with a former helicopter pilot, and she's outraged about the whole thing, and so are a lot of you. We're going to share some tweets for you now. This one from Todd. He says, I'll be a vet who will lose everything on the first. I have 6 horses, 4 dogs, and a mom that I care for.
John writes us this morning. He says the denial of benefits debacle this week is just another sad chapter in the continuing betrayal by Congress of the promises made to countless veterans across America.
And Steve, I am a 100% service-connected disabled vet who counts on disability checks to raise my kids. What do I tell them when a check is not given to their dad? Sorry, girls, but my sacrifice for this country is worth nothing to our president.
Right, and some people saying, hey, look, you know, this is for some of these active duty individuals, or people who aren't getting a paycheck yet. I saw a couple of tweets come in on this yesterday that said, look, you know, this is consider it paid vacation, to which I say, that implies you're being paid right now.
Right.
And you're not. In fact, some of these people are having to take out small loans to support their family currently, and with the chance that they may get a paycheck a month from now, we don't know.
Well, the negotiations started yesterday, it looked like they were maybe going to get something done, but we're kind of back to square one now this morning. You remember Senate Democrats, they're rejecting a proposal that Maine Republican Senator Susan Collins had come up with, and essentially it would fund the government for, let's see, for 6 months, right? And then the debt ceiling was going to be increased through January. But really a sticking point there for Harry Reid was that the 2-year delay on Obamacare's medical device tax. He said, you know what, we're not going to compromise and we're not going to negotiate on this.
Yeah, and then also would require verification for Obamacare subsidies as well. We had some folks on the show early this morning talk about it. We had Louis Gohmert, who says this is just another key example that Obamacare is still the focus. Take a listen.
We have made offer after offer after offer and we have voted for compromise after compromise after compromise. Harry Reid saying that there's a bunch of firebrands and radicals in the House that have hijacked the party. That's not the case. We are together, but the hijacking has been the U.S. Senate by left-wing radicals who want to keep spending grandchildren's money without any consequences.
Of course, the Democrats say it's the right-wing people in Congress, you know, the Tea Party folks that have caused this entire thing. So it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, Harry Reid saying that's what our job is to do, is to keep the government open, but you guys wanted to close it down. So that's what Louis Gohmert responding to there. So more on this morning as those veterans begin to march, not only in Washington, but across this country. We'll have more of that for you.